How diverse we are as a people and as a culture is similar to Europe. Europeans is used as a term for all European people. We use the term Aboriginal or Indigenous for all of our people in Australia, but our 400 to 500 different tribal groups are so very different. So I've been working to capture the essence of who we are as an Indigenous people for around about 30 years. My name is Quilliam. I'm an Aboriginal photographer, videographer and storyteller. My people are from Tasmania, a beautiful little island in the south of Australia. Growing up in Tasmania was such a beautiful memory, and even though my mother and my grandmother told me that we're Aboriginal, we had very little in the way of culture. I left when I was 15 to join the Royal Australian Navy, sailed the world, and I found that working with other Indigenous cultures, I hungered for knowledge. After I left the Navy and returned to Australia, I said I really want to know more about my own culture. I worked for an Indigenous newspaper called the Quilliam, and photographing and collecting stories. We have a lot of people out there that are doing incredible jobs to document our culture on a regional or even on a small tribal level. But I'm one of the very few that's had the opportunity to go out constantly to all our communities and record our history. I would estimate I've travelled to between 300 to 400 different communities in my time. That's just within Australia. And I've probably visited a lot of those communities, anything from 20 to 30 times. Permission is everything in my role as a storyteller. The community know me, and I have a certain protocol that when I do come into a community, they know that I'm there, they know why I'm there, and they know where their images or where their stories will be. When I'm allowed to capture and document and then on-share that to the different nations, it's such a sense of pride and it's such a sense of achievement. The government, of course, just brought out the recommendations, which unfortunately we're failing dismally on most of them. And I don't generally reflect on the negatives of what's happening in our communities because there's so many others that do so. I want to share that we have such a beautiful, embracing, warm culture that every time I'm on country, I feel so infantile and so young, even though I'm nearly 60. I still feel like a child when culture is shared with me. So I'm saying to the people of the world, embrace who we are as an Indigenous culture. Talk to us and ask the question because we've got so much to share. We want you to learn and better understand Indigenous culture and who we are now.